Fuck is dude? Man, what's going on, folks? It's your boy HollyHood, Sensei the Blurry Cartel. You know what I mean? Welcome to HollyHood. We back. You know what I mean? Episode 36. Top 10s. We're going to finish that off. But I got 4 out of 5 that I was supposed to do. I ain't have enough time to upload all everything because, I got another show that I'm working on right after this. What it sound like we back. You know what I mean? We had 2 weeks off. You know, my boy Zell had a birthday. I had to work. So, stuff like, it's just life. Life happens. You know what I mean? But, let me go ahead and set this joint. All right. So, yeah, like I said, we got the top 10s, you know what I mean, that we're going to do today. And, we're going to breeze through these joints because I kind of want to make this one a little bit quicker than the previous one that we did. But, if it go long, it go long. It don't matter. But I'm going to try to keep it down. I'm going to try to keep my explanations brief, if you will. But let's go. Let's start with the first top 10. We're going to do the top 10 favorite TV shows. Everybody got their favorite TV shows they watch, their comfort shows and everything. But these are my favorite TV shows. So these are shows that you will catch me watching all the time. Whether I'm with somebody or I'm by myself, but I'm going to be watching these shows. So, all right, let's get it. We're going to start with the number 10. All right, where we at? Hold on, folks. Hold on. All right, number 10. One of my favorite shows. I started watching this when I was a teenager. The Sopranos. Should I have been watching this show? Probably not. You know what I mean? But I already knew niggas who was in the streets doing some nefarious activities. So, you know what I mean? It ain't like this show wasn't nothing different from that. But I always been obsessed. Well, not obsessed, but I always had a liking to like crime dramas, the mafia. As I said in the last episode, that's why The Godfather is one of my favorite movies. Man, I like mobsters. You know what I mean? Sopranos was one of those. I used to watch this show like I didn't even know what binge watching was, but that's how I started. Like we had the old, like Comcast cable, and on demand HBO. They had every season on there, so it's like I would like every Saturday, Sunday night when I know I'm like, all right, I don't gotta go to school. I'm gonna just breeze through these Sopranos episodes. You know what I mean? And that's what I did. I was binge watching the shit before I even knew what binge watching was. But yeah, The Sopranos, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I'm still, if you saw the show, we still, the finale was kind of, because like, Tony Soprano was sitting at the table eating, then Bull walked up and then the screen just goes, so we don't know what happened to Tony. We don't know if, Tony got clipped or, what, but that's how the series ended. And like, that shit still, to this day, got people wondering, like, what happened to Tony Soprano at the end of the show. But that is my number 10 favorite TV show. My next one, Game of Thrizzy. Game of Thrones. This joint is, speak for itself. One of the best shows ever. In my opinion. And I love all that old fantasy shit. Dragons and kings and queens, stuff like that. The show is full of, it's full of a lot of stuff. We were talking about nefarious activities in the last joint. This show was full of it. But Game of Thrones, one of my favorite shows. I can't wait until House of the Dragon comes back. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be on that. But yeah, Game of Thrones, it should be, this is a show that everybody should watch at least once. But yeah, that's my number 9. Number 10. Not number 10, number 8. We going down, not bad. But Law and Order, SVU, dog. Mm-hmm. Who don't love them some Law and Order? I know I do. Shout out to Olivia Benson and the crew, my boy Ice-T. Listen, Law and Order, I first started watching that joint with my grandma. Like, was at my grandma's crib. She turned that joint on. The thing that caught me was the intro. Everybody know the iconic Law and Order intro. But as soon as I heard that joint, I was like, yo, this joint, I didn't even know what the show was, but I was like, I fucks with it because this intro goes so hard. And then I started watching the show. And then, like, season after season, the show just got better. Like, I love me some Law and Order. Like, I can't express that enough. But that is that's number 8. Law and Order SVU. And if you haven't watched that, John, you gotta watch Law and Order. Yeah, this I'm on by myself because this is my top 10. So, I don't need nobody else for it. And I like Grey's Anatomy. That is my shit now, but it's not in my top 10 favorite shows. It's like top 15, top 20, definitely. But not top 10, not yet. Maybe. If I rewatch it again. But I do fucks with Grey's Anatomy, don't get me wrong. Like, I've been waiting for that new season to come out. It finally came out, and I heard they just got renewed for another one. So it's like, shout out to Grey's Anatomy. So that we had Game of Thrones. No, we had Sopranos at 10, Game of Thrones at 9, Grey's Anatomy. Y'all got Grey's Anatomy in my fucking head. Law and Order at 8. So let's go to number 7. Number 7, The Masked Singer. Listen, I love The Masked Singer, bro. Anybody, listen. If you watch The Masked Singer with me, just know 9 times out of 10, I'm probably gonna know most of the people under that motherfucking mask. Like, that's one of my favorite parts about the show. It's just the guessing game and the fact that I'm so good at it. Like, I recognize people's voices, like, sometimes instantly, or the clue package, something just comes up. It's like, ooh, I know who that person is. But sometimes in the latter seasons that have been coming out though, some of these people, I'm like, I don't know who the fuck that is. Like, I never even heard of you. Like, I think some, not the winner last year, because Neo won last year. I think the year before that. Not the Tiana Taylor season, but I think the year after her, somebody won. And I'm like, I didn't even know who the John was. I never even heard of Shorty ever in my life. And she won the John. I still don't know who she is. I can't tell you her name right now. But no, not Amber Riley. I know Amber Riley. It was some white girl. But yeah, I love The Masked Singer. Like, I love the song choices. The costumes always fire every season. They come out with some new and improved, some innovative costume. Masked Singer is fire. Reality TV definitely would count, but I don't got any reality TV shows in here. So, but I do like some reality TV. I was a Jersey Shore nigga. No, I was fist bumping. Matter of fact, I do got a reality TV show in here. It's the next one. And that's number 7. Number 6, Hell's Kitchen. Chef Gordon Ramsay, that's my guy. I fucks with Hell's Kitchen. I love Hell's Kitchen. Been seeing season 1 all the way to the current season 22 or season 21, whatever. I just love Hell's Kitchen. I love seeing the food, of course, I fucks with Chef. Sometimes, over the years, though, during the show with some eliminations, that I did not agree with, Ramsey. I didn't like that last joint. You shouldn't have got my man Demir out of here. I'm telling you. And spoiler alert, if you're watching that season, I'm sorry. But you know what I mean? Shouldn't have got my man out of there. Like, shouldn't have did that. About what? Oh yeah, but yeah, I thought you was talking about Medusa. I'm like, huh? You know what I mean? But yeah, Hell's Kitchen, one of my favorites. I love that John. Like, you know what I mean? I love it. That was what number? So we had Sopranos was 10. What else? Sopranos was 10. Game of Thrones was 9. SVU was 8. Mass Singer was 7. Hell's Kitchen was 6. All right, let's go to number 5. Number 5, the man Abbott Elementary. Like, it's fucking raw, dog. Where's the lamb sauce? But Abbott Elementary, you know what I mean? One of my favorite shows. Like, I love Abbott. It's hilarious. It's based in Philly. Obviously, I'm a Philly nigga. You know what I mean? You see the man Philadelphia on the, you know what I mean? I love Philly, West Philly, born and raised, in the playground where, you know how the song goes. But Abbott Elementary, and it holds a special place in my heart because, you know what I mean? Abbott Elementary, which is based off, Quinta Brunson's her elementary school teacher, Miss Abbott, who also was my elementary school teacher as well. You know what I mean? I was in Miss Abbott's 6th grade algebra class. You know what I mean? And like, it was just so dope. You know what I mean? What Quinta's doing with this show. The show is hilarious. Like, every episode, I'm cracking the fuck up watching this show. Like, I love Ava. She is like the funniest person on there. Mr. Johnson is literally the Dos Equis man, the janitors. You know what I mean? Like, the show is hilarious. If you have not watched Abbott, you should watch Abbott. You know what I mean? Just because the show is fire. And you should watch it because Quinta is from Philly. Philly, that's, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's number 5, Abbott Elementary. Number 4, Snowfall. You know what I mean? Shout out my boy Franklin Saint. You know what I mean? If you saw the last season, you know how it ended. You know how, I'm not going to say nothing because some people that haven't watched the show. So I don't want to spoil nothing for nobody. But Snowfall is fire. Like, you know what I mean? If you fuck with shit like The Wire, Power, shit like that, Snowfall is definitely going to be right in your lane. Like, you know what I mean? Just, you watch Franklin, his come up all the way to his demise. Like, the whole story is crazy. Rest in peace, John Singleton, for, you know what I mean? He brought Snowfall to light. If you didn't know, I'll give you a little fact. But the show Snowfall, the story is based, some of the story is based off of Freeway Rick Ross's life. You know what I mean? If you don't know who Freeway Rick Ross was, he was a drug dealer back in the, 80s, 90s from California, and he was really getting some money out there. He was getting that chicken. You know what I mean? He was set up by his own plug. You know what I mean? The story is crazy. But yeah, you could even watch all this shit I'm telling you is the truth. You could look it up because Freeway Rick Ross, he did the interview and he said, because John Singleton wanted him to be a part of the show, but he didn't want to do it because, he felt like they was, trying to over exaggerate his tale a little bit. So, but still, Snowfall is a great show, but I just wanted to give y'all that little caveat. You know what I mean? But yeah, Snowfall, that's my number 5. Oh, let me get to these comments. The closest you can get to behind the scenes fact. You know what I mean? That ending hurt, man. I'm telling you, bro. A lot of these shows on this list had endings that was like, come on, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But yeah, the end of the Snowfall really did hurt, though. You know what I mean? Franklin should have been chilling with his feet up, but you know what I mean? Some of the choices he made led to his downfall. So, You know what I mean? But it's a great show. The story, everything, the characters, you know what I mean? Everybody fucks with, you know what I mean? Uncle Jerome, teach a man how to squabble. You know what I mean? That's my nigga, you know. But yeah, let's go to the next one. So that was what, number 5? We got 4 more left. What is that? Hold on. Where all my shows go? Hold on, folks. Cause we got some shows that. All right, we got 1, 2, 3. All right, so that was what, 1, 2. All right, so we did. All right, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so 10 was The Sopranos. 9 was Game of Thrones. 8, SVU. 7. All right, so yeah, that's number 4. All right, number 3. Let's get to my third favorite show, The Wire. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, no, that's not number 3. My bad. Number 3 is Power. You know what I mean? That is number 3. Listen, best opening theme song ever. You know what I mean? For any show, I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? I know the Fresh Prince song exists. Golden Girls, all that other stuff. But when you hear they say this is a big rich town, bro, the shit is just Joe and 50 Cent. That's a masterful combination on that joint. The theme song is so fire with Joe. They tried to revamp it and put Trey Songz on it, and the fans was like, nah, get that shit out of here. Put Joe back on it. And they immediately put Joe back on it the next episode. You know what I mean? But besides that, the show itself, I fucks with it. I fucks with the whole story. Some of the things in the show, like we all probably hate Tariq St. Patrick, which we should, because I just felt like when you just look at the whole, his whole story of it, like everything, how Ghost was trying to shield him from the life that he used to live and make his life better than what he wanted, better than what he had when he was growing up. But his whole thing was, I don't want this life. I want to be from the hood. I want to be this nigga that I'm really not. He goes into this in the latter seasons hating his father and doing all this other shit, but you turning into the person that you hate the most. But it's just, I love this show. Tommy, he's my favorite character in the show, period. Tommy Egan is that nigga. Kanan, of course, that's 50. Angela and Tasha, both of them got on my nerves severely. But Power, that's my shit. His mom did home, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. She did. Speaking on Snowfall, yeah, she did home. All right, so number 2. Now number 2. Let's get to number 2. The Wire, dog. Like this show, when you talk about any show that got to deal with the hood, crime, drugs, whatever, this is the standard. The Wire is the standard. Snowfall, Power, whatever, Sopranos, whatever, all of them, they nailed down to The Wire. The Wire is golden. Like, to me, it's a top 10 show all time, period. Not even just on my list, just period in television history. The whole story of The Wire, the characters, everything that you follow from Marlo to Avon Barksdale, what's his name? Omar. What was what was Idris Elba character name in The Wire? I'm forgetting that nigga name. Shit. Thomas, help me out real quick. What was his name? Oh, Stringer Bell. Yeah. From the whole The Wire, man, it's just fire. It's one of the shows you gotta watch The Wire. You gotta watch it. The Wire is just, But yeah, that's my number 2. And then my number 1 favorite show that I love Practical Jokers, bro. Like this show, funniest show ever. I don't care. Like I love Impractical Jokers. Like I'm watching it on TV. I'm watching it on YouTube. Whatever. Like I just love these four motherfuckers right here. These motherfuckers been having me cracking up since like 2000, since whenever the show came out. These motherfuckers right here always had my stomach hurt, my side hurt. And I'm sad that my man Joe Gatto is no longer on the show. You know what I mean? You know, for personal reasons and whatnot. But this show is hilarious. Like, if you just want to laugh, just have a good time, just cracking the fuck up, watching Practical Jokers, bro. The challenges, everything, the punishments, all that shit is just hilarious. Like, and that's why it's my number one favorite show of all time. You know what I mean? That's my preference for me. My preference. I love The Wire. It's number 2 on my list, but Impractical Jokers is number 1. I mean, I enjoy laughing more than anything. Like, you know what I mean? So it makes sense that a show that makes me laugh would be number 1 because laughing is good for the soul. You know what I mean? And you know, I love laughter. I love comedy. So I mean, Impractical Jokers, number 1. So that was my top 10 favorite TV shows. You know what I mean? So let's do our next drawing. We gonna do. So I did my top 10 favorite woman anime characters last show. So now we're gonna do my top 10 favorite male anime characters. You know what I mean? You know, I'm an anime nigga. You know what I mean? Of course. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Blurred Cartel, all my blurs. You know what I mean? But let's get into it. Number 10. My number 10 favorite anime character. Your boy, Guts. You know what I mean? Whenever somebody talk about who got the saddest backstory, like you gotta leave him out. Like, just if you do a post where it say which character has the saddest backstory ever, just say excluding Guts when you do your caption. You know what I mean? Because, you know, from the moment he was born, even up until now, that this man is going through it. Like, going through it from being sold off as a child and, you know what I mean, and being sexually assaulted by the person that bought you, you know what I mean, to your best friend betraying you and then becoming a fucking demon and then scraping your girl in front of you to a motherfucker cursing you to the point where at night you can't even sleep. Like this, like niggas out here, you know, the whole I'm fighting demon shit. This nigga literally fight, like he can't sleep at night because if he does, demons will come to kill him. Like he's literally fighting demons. He can't sleep at night. You know what I mean? And he just a thorough nigga. Like he got a mechanical arm, one of the best swords. You know what I mean? The Black Swordsman. Like what else can you say? I mean, Guts is that nigga. You know what I mean? And that's why he on my top 10. So coming at number 10, your boy Guts. Number 9, you know what I mean? Everybody's favorite blonde hair, blue eye, Japanese ninja. Like, you know, Naruto Uzumaki. Like, listen, if you an anime nigga, anime whatever, you know you fucks with Naruto. I don't like, you know what I mean? About 75% of the anime world fans love Naruto Uzumaki. You gonna have some people that say, "Oh, I don't like Naruto." That's fine, but he on my top 10. You know what I mean? Because that boy, if he say he gonna do it, he gonna do it. You know what I mean? He stand on business. He ride for his homies. You know what I mean? And he told y'all he was gonna become the Hokage, and what he do? He became the Hokage. So. You know what I mean? That's number 9, Naruto Uzumaki, my nigga. You know what I mean? Number 8, one of the youngins from the new generation, my boy Asta. Like, Black Clover, one of my favorite animes, one of my favorite new gen Jones. And, you know, Asta, from the, like, I know in the beginning, and I'm going to keep it a buck. In the beginning, when I first started watching this John, I'm like, he was giving, you know, young Naruto vibes. Like, when I first started watching it, Black Clover, I was like, it was like a mix of Fairy Tail and Naruto to me. So I was calling him Natsu Uzumaki. You know You know what I mean? Because like he reminded me of Natsu and Naruto. You know what I mean? But over time, reading the manga, the story progressing, you know what I mean, Asta grew on me. You know what I mean? And he be, no magic, and he just put in work. Hold on. No magic. But yeah, Asta, no magic. You know what I mean? He got hands. I need his workout regimen. You know what I mean? But yeah, Asta, he gonna be the Wizard King one day when Black Clover finally comes to an end. But yeah, that's my number 8. My boy Asta. Number 7, Sinbad from Magi. You know what I mean? This nigga right here, one of the strongest anime characters. You know what I mean? He's, of course, you see the drip. He drippy. You know what I mean? My man got his own country. You know what I mean? In the world of Magi, they collect gens and everything. He got the most of them. The most. He got like 7, 8 of them Jones. You know what I mean? And like, he's just like, he got the ultimate Riz. And his finesse game is crazy. Like, his finesse game is so elite. He can he got motherfuckers that was supposed to be protecting, you know what I mean, this sacred palace, that ascends you to godhood. The niggas that was protecting the palace, he finessed them to let him in, to work for him to get him in there. And he got in there. And once he got in there, he ascended to godhood. You know what I mean? Now, if you read the manga, right now he's still in the Sacred Palace fighting with fighting with David, to become, the ultimate god. Like, but what happened in the Sacred Palace is, right, it was being guarded by, the jinns and everything, and of course, by Ugo. But he came in, he defeated Ugo. David also was there as well. So what happens in the Sacred Palace is you can change, like, because there within the universe there's a vast amount of gods, right? So within the Sacred Palace, you can change the hierarchy of gods. So like, you could become the god, and then the god. I mean, it just keeps going, just keeps. So that's what him and David is doing right now. That's how the series ended. They just continuously fighting each other to become the god of gods. They're changing the hierarchy of gods. So I mean, it was crazy. So if you haven't read Magi, read it. I mean, the anime it's only one season, so I think 2 seasons. I think so. I mean, you're not going to get to the part of him and David in the Sacred Palace during the anime, so you got to read it. But Sinbad, I mean, he that nigga, and leave him out of versus battles. I mean, because he's soloing your favorite verse for real. Like, all right, so that's my number 7. So we had Guts, Naruto, Asta, Sinbad. Next character on the list, my boy. You know what I mean? Number 6, Zoro, Roanoa Zoro. You know what I mean? You already know I'm a One Piece nigga. You know what I mean? Zoro, my second favorite Straw Hat. You know what I mean? Listen, you know how Zoro get down, bro. Like, that nigga is a beast with the swords. I mean, we seen, that's the king of hell right there. We seen this nigga chop a mountain-sized man in half. All right? In half. Like, all these niggas, y'all want to put him in versus battles with niggas like Kenshin and Afro and all this. Like, come on, don't do them niggas like that. Like, Zoro would literally slice them to pieces in a matter of seconds. Like, it's just he just that nigga, bro. Like, Zoro is just that boy. You know what I mean? The right hand to the king of the pirates. You know what I mean? Zoro's the guy. Could Sinbad beat Godzilla? Probably. You know what I mean? If we doing composite Sinbad, yeah. I mean, because of the godhood and everything. Like, but all right, so that's number 6. Zoro. So we had Guts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why Zoro's on here twice. Hold on, let me fix that. Get that out of here. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 1, 2, 5 left. All right, we got 5 left. Let's go to number 5 on my favorite anime characters. It's your man, your boy, Mr. Plot Armor himself. You know what I mean? If you don't notice, I'm a main character nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Because in life, I exude main character energy. So, of course, main characters would be my favorite. You know what I mean? But, Ichigo Kurosaki, you already know, bro. You know what I mean? He's one of the GOATs of the big three. You know what I mean? Like, can't wait for 1,000 Year Blood War to come back. You know what I mean? We've been waiting for that to get animated for years. Can't wait for that. But Ichigo, just as a character, you know what I mean? He stand on 10. He stand on business. He gonna ride for his friend. You know what I mean? He is Mr. Plot Armor. But that's cool, though. You know what I mean? That hollow transformation is still one of the greatest transformations in anime history. We not gonna take that from my boy. You know what I mean? Just Ichigo. He deserves a place on this list because he that nigga. You know what I mean? Number 4, my favorite character in the show of Naruto. You know what I mean? As you can see right here, my avatar is even based off this man. You know what I mean? Kakashi Sensei. I am the Sensei. You know what I mean? But yeah, Kakashi is my guy. From the moment I started watching Naruto, he was the character I gravitated to. He was just cool as fuck. You know what I mean? His whole demeanor, I just fucks with him. You know what I mean? I wish he had a bigger chakra reserve, but it's cool though. Like, you know what I mean? His whole aesthetic was fire. You know what I mean? And then the one Sharingan, you know what I mean? Like, listen, Kakashi's that guy. That's why he's on my list. He's number 4. Number 3, you know what I mean? And number 3 is probably number 1 on a lot of people's list. I'm not mad at that, but it's your man, your boy, Son Goku. You know what I mean? Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball, whatever, GT, Dragon Ball Super, Goku's always been that nigga. Like, you know what I mean? We all try to go Super Saiyan at least once. You know what I mean? And then, listen, one of my favorite Goku moments ever is, bro, that Ultra Instinct Kamehameha that he did on Kefla in the Tournament of Power. Every time I watch that, bro, that shit gives me chills. Like, I get instant goosebumps every time I watch that clip. Like, Goku is he's just the mainstay of main characters, of anime characters. He literally is, the guy. Like, when you think of anime, you think of Dragon Ball Z, you think of anime characters, he most likely is the person that you think of most. Like, that you think of first, Goku. So, Goku number 3. Number 2, my boy. You know what I mean? Monkey D. Luffy, number 2. I'm Goat Piece is my shit. You know what I mean? My favorite anime. You know what I mean? Monkey D. Luffy is the guy. Like, always stand on business. He changing the world every one arc at a time. You know what I mean? He changes the world. Everywhere he go, somebody is rallying to Luffy's cause because he's just that nigga. Like, it's no other way to put it. Like, Luffy is just that bull. Like, and now he got the Gear 5. You see what's happening in the manga right now. I knew this Egghead arc was gonna be crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, Luffy at number 2, and then number 1, my number 1 favorite anime character, male anime character of all time, my boy Alucard. You know what I mean? Hellsing Ultimate. We did my favorite anime list last week. Hellsing Ultimate is on there. You know what I mean? And Alucard is the main reason why. You talking about a nigga that's standing on business. That's the guy right there. Like, Alucard he's just a badass. The definition, if you look it up in the dictionary, this exact picture is going to pop up. Like, Alucard is really that bull. Like, And then like, bro, end of the series, the nigga like he's so brolic with it. The nigga absorbed millions of souls, right? Millions of souls. He went into himself to devour every last one of them drones, just so he can, you know what I mean, just so he could chill. Like, I mean, Alucard, number one favorite. I mean, and then he got two burners. That's, you know what I mean. You seen the red, the blood red trench coat. You know what I mean. The king of the vampires with the two. Listen, bro, that's my nigga. Alucard, number one. So that's my favorite anime characters, male anime characters right there. You know what I mean? Let's move on to the next list, which is my top 10 favorite video games. So, if you know, I am a gamer. I love gaming. You know what I mean, I'm usually on my game every day, to be honest, if I'm not working. I mean, or doing a podcast, I'm hopping on a PlayStation. You know, I am a PlayStation nigga. You know, I done had a PlayStation, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. I mean, even had a PSP. You know what I mean? You know, I did have, you know, I was, my mind was lost at one point because I did have the Xbox when it first came out, and I had an Xbox 360. But listen, I was a spoiled nigga. I had a PlayStation 2, an Xbox, and a GameCube. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I had a PS3, an Xbox 360, and a Wii. Like, you know what I mean? So, listen, my folks, they was getting me them games, so they knew. Keep him out of trouble, keep him from doing shit, put that game in his face, he'll be fine. You know what I mean? But we gonna talk about my top 10 favorite video games. A lot of these games on here are, you know, PlayStation Jones, because like I said, I'm a PlayStation nigga. You know what I mean? So, all right, let's get into it. Number 10. A number 10 favorite game of all tizzy. You know what I mean? Remember, this is my list. So, you know, it's gonna look different. But my top 10, we're gonna start it at number 10. The Bully. Bully, you know what I mean? Rockstar is one of my favorite game developers just because like they always put out amazing stories with their games. And the gameplay is always, you know, so Bully basically, you know, my man Jimmy Hopkins, his mom, she really a thought. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. His mom is a thought. You know what I mean? She was with her like third husband or some shit, and they was like going out of the country on some trip. And his mom and her husband, they ain't want to deal with the little nigga, so she was like, "Listen, I'm gonna send you to this boarding school out in Bullworth. You know what I mean? You gonna go there, and me and old boy gonna do what we do." So, you know, Jimmy get dropped off at the, you know what I mean, the school, and then throughout the story, what you're doing is you gotta go through the classes. You know, you gotta take your classes, and then also the classes within the school. Like, as far as when I say classes, I mean the groups, the cliques. So when you first started, you get there, you gotta go through the bullies, like, you know, the school bullies. You go through them, you good. You know what I mean? You get through the school bullies. You know what I mean? Then you on to the next one. The next one, I believe, is the preps. You know what I mean? You know, so these were the cliques in the school. You had the bullies, you had the preps, you had the nerds, you had the greasers, and you had the jocks. So, yeah, I mean, and then after the jocks, you had the I think it was the townies, the dudes that got kicked out of Bullworth and they were just living in a town. I mean, because they had nowhere else to go. But yeah, you go through the bullies first, then you handle the preps, and then after the preps, you go through the greasers. Then after the greasers, I mean, it's the nerds, then the jocks. You know what I mean? But still, all in all, Jimmy, he come through there, he run through everybody. He become basically the king of the school. You know what I mean? And like just the gameplay is dope. Like I said, you go into class, so you gotta keep his grades up. So like yeah, you gotta go to class. You got English class, there's math class, there's like geography, photography, stuff like that, music class. Like you gotta go to your class. You can skip the classes if you want, but that brings your grades down and stuff. But overall, it's a fire game. Like I just loved running around, you know, stuffing niggas in lockers, putting niggas in trash cans, and beating people up. I mean, I like hitting niggas. You know what I mean? So, no Diddy. But next joint. Number 9. Call of Duty Black Ops. You know what I mean? I'm a Call of Duty nigga. I love Call of Duty. But this one right here, that's my favorite. Like, when I play Call of Duty, I'm nice on multiplayer. I do the multiplayer. I do the campaign. But I'm more of a zombies guy. Like, and Call of Duty Black Ops, the best zombies mode. Like, the theater is the best joint. Like, that is the best. Like, I know my way around that theater so much. I didn't play that theater mode on zombies so much. Like, I can literally play that shit with my eyes closed because I know where I'm going. Like, I done played it so much. Like, Call of Duty Black Ops, one of the standards for Call of Duty, along with like Modern Warfare and others. But like, Black Ops was it for me. That was my shit. Like, next joint. Number 8. Ooh, excuse me. Number 8. Grand Theft Auto 5. You know what I mean? GTA 5, finally, GTA 6 is about to come out next year. Finally. Like, you know what I mean? But, GTA 5, I like GTA 4 and all that, Liberty City, what was that? They had GTA 4 with Nico, then what, the Lost in the Dam, Ballad of Gay Tony, all that. Them drones was fire. They was okay. I ain't gonna say okay, they was good. But this one, GTA 5, we got to play with a black, I guess you could say, Luis was Dominican. He wasn't black, but, I mean, I guess Dominicans is niggas too. But, you got to play with another nigga besides CJ, you know what I mean, with Franklin, you know what I mean? And then for the first time, the shit was so fire that we could cycle through the story with, the 3 different characters. You play with Franklin, play with Michael, play with Trevor. You know what I mean? I fucks with Franklin, Michael. I mean, but Trevor is my guy. That's my favorite character. Trevor really the bid. You know what I mean? But GTA 5, I love the story more than anything. I don't really be online like that. I play online, but I just don't. For me, the GTA 5 online it be drawing sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Because you just trying to do missions and, you know what I mean, get your shit up, and then this nigga's driving around doing all this extra shit coming to shoot at you. And I ain't got time for that shit. So I don't really be playing the online like that. But the story itself, I fucks with. I love it. You know what I mean? I can run the story back as many times as I want. You know what I mean? Just so I can do things differently to see how the story will unfold. Because, in the game, whatever choice you make impacts. You know what I mean? So, I just like to go back and make different choices. You know what I mean? But yeah, GTA 5, one of my favorites. That is the number 8 game on my top 10. Number 7, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. You know what I mean? This picture ass, my bad, I downloaded it off of the Wikipedia or some shit. But like, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, listen, bro, I want to take you for a ride. No Diddy. But this jump, like, one of the best fighting games ever. Like, I mean, do we even gotta debate it? Like, it's one of the best fighting games ever. One of the best rosters ever on a fighting game. I always get into debates like, which Capcom joint was really the best? Is it Marvel vs. Capcom or is it Capcom versus SNK? You know what I mean? It's a hell of a debate, but I'm always choose Marvel vs. Capcom. You know what I mean? Because, like, bro, this joint, like, give me Spider-Man. Like, I'm running with Spider-Man, Ken, you know what I mean, Morgan, we good. Or you give me Spider-Man, Mega Man, and fucking Magneto. And Iron Man with the man, listen, but yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I done put many hours into this game, whether on the console or at the arcade. You know what I mean? This joint go hard. You know what I mean? Definitely top tier, That was number, so we had Bully 10, Black Ops 8, and then GTA 5, 9, MVC 2, 7. So let's get into number 6. Number 6, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. You know what I mean? This like I didn't play probably all the Assassin's Creed except for the new joint. I'm gonna play. I gotta buy that joint. I've been slacking. But this I didn't really like Valhalla. You know what I mean, like Odyssey put my expectation for the next for the next Assassin's Creed game so high, and then Valhalla just let me down so much. But Odyssey, I love Odyssey. I love the fact that the story to me is great. I love the graphics. You know what I mean? Just how it starts off. You come in, you get the ability to either choose your path with Alexios or Cassandra. You know what I mean? I usually run with Cassandra. You know what I mean? But this game, I didn't put so many hours into this game. You know what I mean? I didn't end it. I don't know how many times. You know what I mean? I'm about to end it again. You know what I mean? Because what I did is I think my goal was to get, my level up to level 99. You know what I mean? Because, that's the max level. I think right now I'm on like 96. So, I mean, I think I got to do like one more story mode just to get it to 99, but I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I put so many hours into this game. I love Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I mean, it's definitely a game that if you haven't played it, you should play it. Like, I mean, it's fire. Like the story is fire, the combat, you know what I mean, and there's fire. That's the thing that fucked me up about Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Like the story of Valhalla is cool, but the combat just fucks it up. Like, you know what I mean, it's like they completely just said fuck the combat from Odyssey. We're gonna put a new joint in for Valhalla, and it just made the game trash. You know what I mean? But yeah, I like Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That is my number 6. Number 5, Def Jam Fight for New York. You know what I mean? This joint right here, when I first like Def Jam Vendetta was that shit. But this one is what took it to the, you know what I mean? Def Jam Fight for New York, that's what took it to the next level. This joint right here, me and my little brother, we done put so many hours onto this game. You know what I mean? So many different story modes, making so many different characters. I love putting the fighting styles together to create some of the, nastiest moves you ever gonna see. The specials was crazy. Then the soundtrack, crazy. Then the characters. I mean, you had everybody in that joint. Method Man, Redman. Who else was that shit? Ice-T, Busta Rhymes, Fat Joe. Listen, everybody that played this game, you know how annoying Crack was. I used to hate that nigga, dog. Like, that nut ass pedigree, you know what I mean? I fucking hated it. And then Crow, Snoop Dogg at the end, his bitch ass, like, but after I figured out his moves, he was easy. But that nigga Crack, that motherfucker. You know what I mean? But yeah, Def Jam Fight for New York, like, the whole, like, this, for me, this joint changed, it impacted the gaming culture so much. And, like, I'm just so disappointed that they never capitalized and either, like, just updated it or just, like, re-released it. Like, I mean, you don't even gotta give us no new joint. Like, you can just give us this, remaster it and we fine. But I get it though. I mean, it's licenses, all that other shit. I mean, it's a lot of behind the scenes shit that probably kept this game from coming back out. Cause like now, you can remake it now, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really care enough about these rappers today to for this. Like you really trying to be on this joint fighting with Drake? You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? You trying to be on this joint fighting with Sexy Red? Like, no. Like, keep it the way it is. Like, but yeah, Def Jam Fight for New York, my favorite. Number 5. Let's get to number 4. DBZ BT3, Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Another game that I put crazy hours into. Like, crazy hours. Like, me, my little brothers, my cousins, we used to be in my room, PlayStation, versus mode, 5-on-5. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Like, this, when I say we put so many hours into this game, bro, like, and I was nice with this shit too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I had this squad, like my little brother here tell you, like, I had the kid squad. So basically, I had Goten, Kid Trunks, I had Kid Gohan, I had Pan, and Kid Buu. The kid team, like, and I would run through niggas with that team, especially with Pan. Like niggas was mad as like, yo, I was nice with Pan in this joint, like you know what I mean. But the kids, they really put in work. You know what I mean? I really used to be fucking niggas up with Pan. You know what I mean? Like I ain't gonna hold you. I was nice. What's saying? What's going on with you, my brother? You know what I mean? But yeah, DBZ BT3, my number 4 on the list. You know what I mean? I can't wait till the next joint come out. I think Tenkaichi, it's a new joint supposed to be coming out. You know I'm gonna be on it. You know what I mean? Definitely. I appreciate the watch. Yeah, I mean, also people need to be watching us. Like, I mean, we was a good team. We gotta get back. You know what I mean? We gotta. You know what I mean, it's been a minute, broski. Like, I mean, we gotta get back on it. You know. But yeah, DBZ BT3. That's my number 4. My number 3 favorite video game of all time. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. This joint, another game that I put countless hours into. Like when this joint came out, I used to have my fucking spiral notebook with the cheats on it. You know what I mean? I had them drawers. Like we all had the piece of paper with the cheats. You know what I mean? I had that drawing. Just when you, as a teenager, this game first came out, it just fascinated you. You know what I mean? From the story, then it was the music. Like I was heavy. Like growing up, of course, everybody know I'm from Philly. You know what I mean? But growing up, I was heavily influenced by West Coast music. Like my first favorite rapper ever was Snoop Dogg. Like, you know what I mean? Like Snoop was my guy. So I always loved Snoop. I grew up listening to Snoop, Dre, Ice Cube, all that shit. So I loved all that West Coast shit. You know what I mean? So this game being based off the West Coast and being based off 90s West Coast, which I fucked with heavily. Like, I mean, because me and my cousin, we swore that we was from Compton and shit. Like, you know what I mean? This shit was always the bid. But, like, this game, CJ, one of the greatest main characters in video game history. You know what I mean? Definitely. I gotta give you my new number, too, bro. You know what I mean? But, we'll handle all that in the messenger and shit. You know what I mean? But, yeah, Grand Theft Auto speaks for itself, man. GTA San Andreas is one of the greatest video games ever, period. Like, I mean, if it's not on your list, then I don't know what type of games you was playing. You know what I mean? But, that's my number 3. My number 2 favorite game of all time, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Now, this game right here, I remember I came home. I think I spent the weekend with my dad or whatever, or my grandma's house. Came home and my mom was like, bought you a new game. And I looked at it, I was like, okay. Because I had played the first Splinter Cell on Xbox. I beat that joint. I didn't play the second one. But then she got me this joint. I was like, okay. I was excited. It's a new game. Popped it in. I played it for a while. Like I couldn't get past like the first 2 missions. Like, I mean, the shit like was it got me frustrated. I couldn't get past the first 2 missions. And then once I got past the missions, you know what I mean? Because I played it again and I was like, all right, let me do something else. I think I was at like some lighthouse and I couldn't find how to get inside the lighthouse. And then I finally found how to get in. And then once I did that, the rest was history. Like once I found how to get into that lighthouse, the rest was history of this game. Like I put, once again, it sound like a broken record, but I put in so many hours with this game. Like, you know what I mean? I love stealthy espionage type of games. And for me, it's like Metal Gear Solid, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was up there. But to me, this one right here, just Chaos Theory itself, like that was like the standard for like stealth espionage games for me. You know what I mean? Chaos Theory, like just bro, that whole story is like the story is crazy. Like, and I don't understand, PlayStation with Ubisoft, they always bring back the old Tom Clancy games. And this game is never brought back for some reason. Like, if I could play Chaos Theory right now, I would get off this podcast and play Chaos Theory, like right now. Like, cause I love that game. It's like the story, like it's just it's crazy. Like if you haven't played it, you know what I mean, you missed out on a banger. Cause this joint right here, yeah, definitely. I'll tell her. I'll tell her when she wake up. You know what I mean? But we get into the last and final, my number one favorite video game of all time. Another game that I put countless hours into. Countless. A game that I still play to this day. The Warriors. You know what I mean? Another Rockstar John. Listen, you see I have 4 Rockstar games on this list. Like this game right here though, like I first got the Warriors from my cousins. They let me and my little brother borrow it. Me and my little brother played it, and it was like this. Like when I talk, and the reason why this game is number one for me is because it's the this game holds a special place in my life. Like I mean, like the just all the moments that me and my little brother had. I mean, just sitting there in the living room playing this game together. Like I mean, all the hours that we put in playing this game together. Building our friendship, building our brotherhood, playing this joint. Like that's why this game means so much to me because I mean, me and my brother growing up, we were separated, for quite some time. I was with my mom, he was with my dad, and we wasn't around each other. And like really before I get into, you know, the rest about this game, just let me speak on my relationship with my brother. Like my little brother, that's my best friend. Like in the whole world. Like that's my guy. Like me and him been through everything together. Like everything. Like when my parents wasn't, doing what they were supposed to do, and I don't hold that against them because, life happens. Everybody makes mistakes. And I don't put that I don't get them that strife. You didn't have all the necessary opportunity to learn to raise a child the right way because, your parents didn't teach you certain things. So you couldn't teach me and my brother certain things, but that's besides the point. That's my best friend. That's my guy. Like I said, when my parents wasn't, necessarily being parents, it was me and him. I had an older brother, but my older brother, he lived in Jersey with his mom and his stepdad. So it was just me and my brother. And if you don't know who I'm talking about, my brother's name is Quizzy F. We had him on What It Sound Like. He also, we friends on Facebook. Listen, Quizzy F. Just look it up. But, also the greatest rapper ever. That's my boy. But, this game right here, like, me and him playing this game, our bond became even tighter than it was. Like I said, we went through everything together. Like, everything. Like, from our parents being separated to us being separated to us getting back together. It was like a point in our life where the same house we was at playing this game, like, bro, we was like on punishment in that joint. And like I couldn't play the game. My brother, that shit hurt me. And the only way I could talk to my brother when we was in that house was through a fucking vent that was connected from my room to his room. And that was the only way I could talk to my brother for months at a time. One time I was on punishment for like half a year at once when we was living in that house. Half a year, 6 months, and he was on punishment longer than that. And we had to talk to each other through a fucking vent. Like I'm not gonna get emotional because I feel it coming. But like this game means so much to me because the relationship that I have with my brother. And then my younger brother, my youngest brother when he was a baby, like I played this game so much, I put so many hours into this game. My younger brother, he loved watching me play this shit that my mom sometimes would tell me to stay home from school just so I could entertain my little brother playing the Warriors. I bonded so much with my younger brothers through this game, and that's why this game means so much to me. That's why it's my number one because of, the relationship that it helped me build with my brothers. I love both of them. Bro. Like they like my son. Like they really like my sons. They more than my brothers than me. Like they my best friends, man. And my bad, y'all. Like this shit get me so emotional, bro. Like I'm not even playing with you. Like after this episode, I'm gonna call my brother. But yeah, man. That's my number one favorite game of all time right there. Just give me a second, man. I'll be back. Thank you. Thank you. I love that boy to death. I mean, that's my number one guy, man. Like, but whew, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting that to happen. I mean, but yeah, I appreciate y'all for letting me have that moment. But let's go to the next list. My last list of the year, I mean, you know I'm a music nigga. You know, shout out to What It Sound Like podcast, which is up next. I mean, we back. You know, but so we gonna do my top 10 favorite rappers. You know, and I'm not gonna do all time. I'm gonna do my top 10 favorite rappers currently, because my all time list looks completely different. You know what I mean? Well, get ready to be disappointed. You know what I mean? So let's get into it. My top 10 favorite rappers currently. You know what I mean? Like I said, my top 10 favorite rappers all time. The list looks completely different than this list. But we want to talk about right now, who I be listening to right now. So let's get into it. All right, hold on. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold on. All right, so my number 10, the only woman on the list. You know what I mean? Love the Genius. We talked about we talked about Love the Genius last week when I was on the show. I'll spell the name out for y'all just so y'all could, you know what I mean? You know, if you want to look her up and tap into her music. But I love the Genius, pun intended. You know what I mean? She is one of the best, like just not even just female lyricists, female rappers, just rappers, period. She can get on a track with any nigga that you know and hold her own. It might even have a better verse. You know what I mean? Love the Genius. That's how you spell the name if you want to look her up. You know what I mean? But she just, the bars, like the shit she be saying, bro, like you would think a nigga wrote it or something. The way she be spitting, like she just goes so hard. You know what I mean? She can give you, you know, she can give you some intellectual shit. She can give you some hood shit. You know what I mean? And then, you know, if she want to be a lady and be on some sexy type shit, she could do that too. But like, I fucks with her because she just got bars. Like, she just a spitter. Like, I mean, but yeah, Love the Genius. That's my number 10. You know what I mean? Whose side am I on? You know what I mean? I'm you know me, Kendrick. That's whose side I'm on, Kendrick Lamar. But yeah, so Love the Genius, that's my number 10, you know, favorite rapper right now, currently. Number 9, Travis Scott. You know what I mean? Travis, that's my nigga. Like, I've been fucking with Travis since days before Rodeo. You know what I mean? Then Rodeo came out. Birds in the Trap, Sing McKnight is one of my favorite albums of all time. You know what I mean? Which I am going to do on this show later on in the year. I'm going to give you all my top 50 albums of all time. That's going to be a whole episode. You know what I mean? You know, but that's coming up, you know, that's in the works because I got some work to do with that one. But yeah, Travis Scott, my number 9. You know what I mean? Like, anything Travis touched for me is fire. Like, you know what I mean? I never heard a Travis Scott song that I didn't like. Like, you know what I mean? Not shooting fireworks. Yeah, he was shooting fireworks at my boy Travis. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, Travis at number 8. I mean, number 9. My number 8 favorite rapper currently. Shout out to Griselda, BSF. You know what I mean? Benny the Butcher. I mean, the Butcher coming, nigga. Like, I mean, I love Griselda. You know what I mean? To me, Benny, you know, he the best rapper in Griselda. If you say Conway, that's fine. Like, I mean, I'm not going to argue with you. Even if you say Westside Gun, I wouldn't be mad at you because I fucks with Westside Gun. Niggas be, you know what I mean? Y'all don't like Westside Gun because of his voice or whatever, but he really be saying some shit. But this nigga right here, Benny, be saying a lot. Like, I mean, I fucks with Benny. You know what I mean? He, you know, when you listen to him, he give you that 90s, that 2000s gritty rap feel that, you know, that we've been missing for a minute. You know what I mean? And that's why, you know, Benny the Butcher. I was kind of, you know, a little disappointed with the last project that he dropped. We reviewed it on what it sounded like. It didn't really hit for me, but still, I still fucks with Benny. You know what I mean? He's still one of my favorite currently. He just dropped the joint, and I wasn't really feeling like. I mean, I could be, you know, I could be objective. I mean, I'm not as biased as you think I am sometimes. You know what I mean? But you know, sometimes I just be trolling niggas because I like to get people mad. You know what I mean? But Benny the Butcher, definitely. That's my number 7. My number 6 favorite rapper, Joey Badass. You know what I mean? Joey Badass, like Joey is like he's a spitter. Like if you want to hear bars, you just want to hear pure bars, pure rap. Listen to Joey Badass, dog. Like 1999 is literally one of the greatest mixtapes ever. Like, I mean, you know, R.I.P. Capital Steez, Survival Tactics. That song is bananas. Like, you know what I mean? You know, Paper Trail, another joint by Joey that's crazy. Like, and then 2000, the album that he just dropped last year, we reviewed it on What It Sound Like, fire. Like, I mean, Joey Badass just, and I can't wait until the new joint drop. You know what I mean? His next album drop. Like, yeah, but Joey Badass, my number 6. You know what I mean? Favorite rapper currently. Number 5. Let's get into it. No. Yeah, that's number. No. That's Joey Badass is number 7. My bad, y'all. You know what I mean? Because Love was 10. Trav was 9. Benny was 8. Joey 7. All right. So let's get into number 6. My number 6 rapper, favorite rapper currently. You know what I mean? Jid or JID. You know what I mean? To me, he is like the spitting rap image of Kendrick Lamar. Like you could just hear it from his delivery to his style and everything. Like, I mean, I call him Baby Kendrick. You know, Kendrick is my guy. So, but Jid, even on Kendrick comparison aside, like he's just fired. Like he gets on songs and he literally just sometimes just outclasses people. There's been times where he was on songs with Cole and he had the better verse than Cole. You know what I mean? You know, he got on Jones, he out rapped Cole. He got on songs with who I just mentioned, Joey Badass, out rap Joey. Like, I mean, Jid is, you know what I mean? He's that dude. Like, I mean, you talking about bar spitters, you talking about just lyricists, pure rappers. You know what I mean? JID, Jid, he gotta be one of the people that you name. You know what I mean? My number 5. 21. 21 Savage. You know what I mean? Listen. When 21 Savage first came out, you know what I mean? Niggas was, I don't know, man. I don't fuck with boys, blah, blah. But when I first heard the joint, No Heart, Young Savage, why you trapping? Like, listen, bro. Future and Metro Boomin, that combo is goated. It's goated. They up here. But Metro in 21, I don't know, bro. They might be over Metro in Future. Because, like, anytime Metro and 21 get together, 21 be sliding. He slide on the features. He done got on songs with Cole, slid on it. Got on songs with Drake, slid on it. Every time 21 Savage, you feature 21 on the joint, he is going to go crazy. Like, he's just one of my favorite rappers right now. I feel like out of all the new wave niggas, 21 Savage is, you know what I mean, he the guy. Like, I mean, does he rap better than Jid and Joey? No. You know what I mean? He doesn't. Like, bar for bar, he's not Jid and Joey. But if I if I go into my Spotify playlist, 9 times out of 10, I'm going to play 21 before I play Jid and Joey. That's just, you know what I mean? That's just, that's just how the cookie crumbles. But yeah, that's my number 4. I mean, my number 5, 21 Savage. I mean, number 4, J. Cole. You know what I mean? We all know, like, come on, Cole is, you know, he's the big three. That's just, I mean, if you want to say he's the biggest out of the big three or he the best out of the big three, I'm not going to argue with you, bro. I'm not going to argue with you about any of them. If you say Drake is the best, if you say Kendrick is the best, it's cool. Like, I didn't did so much going back and forth with niggas on the internet lately about Kendrick, Cole, and Drake. You know what I mean? Listen, this is what I'm going to say for everybody, to everybody. And I want everybody to listen carefully to what I'm saying, and also please adopt this mentality as well when you talk about music. There's going to be people like me who believe Kendrick is the best. He's the greatest. There's going to be people that agree with me, and there's people that share that same opinion. And then there's going to be people who do not share that opinion, who think he may be mid or overrated. Same thing when it comes to Drake, J. Cole, or any other rapper on this list. If that's your opinion, that's your opinion. Everybody's not going to have the same opinion. Everybody's ears do not work the same. We all hear music differently. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. So we got to, I came to the revelation this week. That's why I stopped. Like, I put some post up about, music and all that. And I just stopped arguing with niggas because I'm like, I'm not about to go back and forth with you about your opinion. That's how you feel. And this is how I feel. Like, you know what I mean? So that's it. But I feel like J. Cole, back to the point, the reason why he's number 4 on my list, one of the best rappers, period. He's also on my all-time list as well. I mean, one of the best rappers, period. Like I said, lyricist. He got it all. He got the flow. He got the delivery, the subject matter, all that shit. Cole is really that nigga. The last couple years, this run that he's been on has been nothing short of phenomenal. Like, I mean, the features, everything. Johnny P's Caddy, to me, still one of the greatest feature verses ever. You know what I mean? And listen, J. Cole, man, first things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil, man. I mean, for real. All right? You're the only father that I ever knew. But yeah, J. Cole, that's my number 4. My number 3, Aubrey. You know what I mean? Drizzy. You know what I mean? Listen, I've been fucking with Drizzy since he dropped Replacement Girl with Trey Songz when that nigga was still on Degrassi. Like, I mean, regardless of what you want to say about Drake, he make bangers. Like you can say what you want. I don't care. I'm not gonna argue with it. That's your opinion. The nigga is fire. Like, most number ones ever. You know what I mean? It's that's self-explanatory. Most number ones ever. You know what I mean? Anything Drake touch, you put him on, it's going, you know what I mean? And the one thing I fucks with Drake, he put a lot of niggas on too. You know what I mean? Drake got bars. Like, when Drake really decides to, like, rap, like, when it's not like, when he like, all right, I'm gonna show you that my pen really works. The pen really works. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you heard, like, his timestamp series, like the 9 a.m. in Dallas, 6 p.m. in New York, 4 p.m. in Calabasas, 5 a.m. in Toronto. You know what I mean? 7 a.m. on the Bridle Path. All them joints go hard. You know what I mean? All of them. Like, whenever, and one of my favorite joints, that one of the examples I want to give you when Drake actually raps, What a Time to Be Alive, 30 for 30 freestyle. Just listen to that joint, bro. Just from start to finish, listen to the bars that nigga was spitting. Like, he really one of the ones with the bars. Like, I mean, but yeah, Drake, my number 3. He got bars, and then I fucks with his just music. Like, when he not rapping, like, singing Drake, whatever you want to call it, pop artist Drake. I fucks with that too. Like, you know what I mean? Honestly, never mind. A lot of y'all hated on it. That shit was fire. I don't care what none of y'all niggas say. That joint was fire. It got some of the best songs I ever heard in my life on that joint. Like, I mean, some of the best songs I ever heard from Drake is not even with him rapping. Like, I mean, that's how. But we talking about Drake the rapper. You know what I mean? Not Drake the artist. We talking about Drake the rapper. But as a rapper, he definitely is top 3 on my list. Because, like I said, when Drake actually wants to show you that his pen works, the pen actually works. You know what I mean? So let's get into my number 2. Now, this is a person that, I caused a lot of controversy on Facebook with recently. And, I mean, I don't care. I'm going to keep standing on it. You know what I mean? I'm going to stand on it 10 toes. Hendrix. Future. Like, you know what I mean? When you talk about 2010s and all that other shit with who's the GOATs, you always say Drake, Kendrick, Cole, right? You know what I mean? Of course, you can't exclude Nicki Minaj from that either because she was doing her numbers in the same era as Drake, Cole, and Kendrick, so you can't exclude Nicki. But the one person that y'all always exclude is this man right here. Like, I don't understand why. Like, I told niggas the other day, you know what I mean? We don't listen to Future for bars, so don't come to me saying, you know what I mean, what bars do we got? I don't listen to Future for bars. You know what I mean? I listen to Future because I know the song is going to slap. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? The song is going to slap every time. He picked the best, some of the best beats, you know what I mean, that you ever want to hear in your life is with Future. Like, the nigga is just a hit maker. Like, a hit maker. I think he got like 7, 8 platinum albums within this last decade, 49 platinum singles. The only 2 people ahead of Future in that category is Drake and Kanye West. More than J. Cole, more than Kendrick, more than Nicki Minaj, more than everybody else on this list that I named besides Drake and Kanye West. I'm just saying, get this man his credit. If you don't like what he rap, all right, I mean, but I just need y'all to open your eyes and stop denying the numbers. The numbers speak for itself. People always tell me, I tell you that I don't like Eminem. I mean, I feel like he overrated. I feel like he mid. Then people always want to say, well, 200 and whatever record sold says otherwise. But when I tell you Future or somebody else sold so many records, the thing you want to tell me is it ain't about the numbers. So why is it about the numbers when I tell you Eminem is mid? Then you want to throw numbers in my face. Yeah, I mean, make it make sense. I mean, and shout out to Make It Make Sense every Saturday on the Border Cartel. Shout out my boy, Monray Hudson. And then number 1, we're going to wrap this show up because what it sound like starting 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Number 1, come on. Who y'all thought it was going to be? Like, come on. It's Kendrick Lamar, bro. That's my favorite rapper. To me, also on my all-time list, Kendrick is number 1 as well. Like, since Overly Dedicated, when I first started, the first Kendrick song I ever listened to was Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? I was in the hood blasting that joint, and niggas like, yo, that shit ass. And then Good Kid, Mad City come out the next year, a couple years later, and now everybody a Kendrick fan. But whatever. But to me, this man right here, bar for bar, best rapper, period. Better than everybody on this list that I just named, bar for bar. You know what I mean? In my opinion. Like Kendrick can't do no wrong for me. Like I never heard one Kendrick Lamar song where I was like, you know that I don't really like this John. Like the bars is just like, bro, I get it. Everybody, going crazy over to like that verse, as they should because it's Kendrick. You know what I mean? But just what he's done as a rapper, just elevating the game. You know what I mean? Damn was so good. The pen, like his pen was so good on Damn that he won a Pulitzer Prize, bro. A Pulitzer Prize. What rapper winning Pulitzer Prizes? Like, let's just keep it a buck. Like this nigga right here, he's the God MC. When you talk about, rappers, this is the God. Like, you can say all you want about, he dropped every. When you that good, you don't need to oversaturate the market. You let your music speak for itself. You know what I mean? But yeah, Kendrick, my number 1 favorite rapper, currently and all time. You know what I mean? I'll give y'all my all time list on another day. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's welcome to HollyHood. That's my top 10s. I was supposed to give you my top 10 favorite woman video game characters as well, but I'll do that on another day because, like I said, what it sound like is up next. So, I gotta tend to that. We got a lot to talk about on that, John. Like, it's going to be, we got a tier list to do, and we got a shit ton of current events because we've been off for 2 weeks. And there's a lot of things that's been happening within those 14 days we've been off. So, we got a lot to go through. So, make sure y'all slide over to What It Sound Like, which is coming up, like I said, in the next 30. I'm going to go ahead and get set up. I appreciate y'all for joining me. This has been another episode of Welcome to HollyHood. And like I said, I appreciate y'all for letting me have my moment. Talking about my brothers and everything. And then my bros, if y'all watching, just know, your big brother, he love you, man. No matter what. I'm always love y'all. I'm always have y'all back. No matter what. But, it's the Sensei of the Blurred Cartel. What It Sound Like is next. Appreciate you. Listen, Kendrick, that's what Kendrick do. Like, niggas, and before I leave, because niggas was saying that Kendrick is trying to clout chase and all this other shit by, like, bro, like, y'all sound dumb. People saying that, oh, Kendrick need this beef with Drake more than anybody to keep himself relevant. No, he do not. Kendrick Lamar could, give you a freestyle where he rapped for 25 seconds and the whole fucking world is going to go crazy because it's Kendrick. Like, he don't have to do anything to stay relevant. He going to be relevant because of who he is. Like, we didn't know, nobody knew when Future and Metro was working on this project. Nobody came out and said, y'all know Kendrick Lamar going to be on there. We didn't know that. We didn't know he was going, Then when the song dropped and the verse dropped, that's why everybody go crazy. It was like, yo, we ain't hear Kendrick in a minute since whatever he was doing with Baby King. And now he on this joint, and then he's sending shots at Cole and Drake. The big three, two of the biggest artists in the past decade. So, of course, him doing that is going to gain traction. It don't matter. You flip it. If J. Cole was on the joint with Future or Drake was on it and they send shots at the other two, it's going to get the same smoke, the same hype because of who they are. Anytime you mention Drake, Cole, and Kendrick, anytime their names is mentioned, it's always going to blow up. It's going to be overhyped because they are the big three. Like, that's what happens. But yeah, we be back next week. Welcome to HollyHood. I'm going to do a tier list. We're going to bring the tier list back. Like I said, we got the top 50 albums list that I'm going to drop. Soon we're going to work on that. But yeah, we back next week. I promise y'all. But yeah, appreciate y'all for joining your boy. Like I said, What It Sound Like up next. Slide over and fuck with us. See y'all later.